Does his past or her past matter when you want to get into a relationship to marry him or marry her? Very good question, right?
Yeah, because I think for me, getting the foundation right of everything is important, especially marriage. People are always coming from somewhere, right? The man is coming from somewhere, his background, his story, his history. The woman is coming from somewhere, her background, her story, her, it's just the way it is. People come with baggage, they come with their life.
And you have to look at them and now decide.
You have to look at them. It matters.
It matters, basically.
It matters.
So let me take it from there. So basically, she said it actually matters. A woman's past matters. A man's past matters. If the man has been sleeping around everywhere with anything in whatever, in skirt or whatever you want to call it, it matters. If the woman has been sleeping around everywhere, she has slept with various kinds of men, it matters. It's going to affect her biology. Yes, to affect her body. If you know what I mean. For the man, which also applies to the woman, for the man, a habit has been created that if God does not save him, he will get married and still continue, I will want to let you know that most times and most likely, men that marry and still go outside to sleep with women, they did not start that.
In the marriage.
No, in the marriage, no. They've had that habit for long.
Yeah.
It's from their past. Because a man that has learned self-control when they were not married, they've kept themselves, either as virgins, or kept themselves from all those sleeping around. Yeah. See, they formed a habit such that they don't find it interesting to be hopping from one bed to another with another woman. True. As a matter of fact, some of them find it disgusting. Some of them even dislike it, that a woman that is not close to them touch them. They don't, they don't find it comfortable. I don't know if you met those kind of people. There are some men that find it irritating when a woman that is not their wife touches them in certain ways. My wife knows that. And also for some women too, if they build that habit, I've met some women that will not allow a man that they are not married to, touch them in certain ways. Yeah. If you touch them, they will slap your hand. They have boundaries, okay? So because they form this habit when they were single, when they are in their marriage, they will never start just jumping up and down. Sure. Because, habit takes long to form. Yeah. You have to do that thing over and over again before it becomes a pattern. But the person that will marry, and is hopping from place to place, or the woman that will marry and will still go back and want to go and sleep with that her so-called ex that never saw her as good enough to be married
in the first place.
They've had those habits. It's a habit. They've been sleeping around.
Like a continuation.
So that is why the past matters. So before you go and carry somebody's baggage, because once you marry somebody, or you marry or you agree to marry somebody, if you're a lady, basically you are going to take part of that their baggage that they are carrying. Sometimes it might be spiritual baggage, it might be emotional baggage, it might be mental baggage. Yeah. Okay. So you can marry
basically everything.
And you can marry some men and some women, and your mental health become a problem with the way they are going to start treating you. Apart from them sleeping around, even the way they treat you in the marriage, you can start having mental breakdowns.
Yeah. Sometimes it's some people's background, family background or tradition.
If there's a trauma part of it, that one is a trauma. You need to know if the person is somebody that has suffered from trauma and how that has affected how the person deals with people. For instance, a lady that has been misused and abused by a lot of men, the day she will meet the right man, she will treat him badly because she will assume that he's like,
there's already that.
There's something that, so you need to know, if you're a man, can you cope with that? Because the lady has been told to and fro. So it's not just the negative, it's also the negative behavior they've had, like just sleeping around. It's also has to do with traumas that come with that. Some ladies have been looking forward to guys, accepting them and marrying them, but the guys just threw them around. Before you know what, they start suspecting, everybody. That's why you see in some posts, you see some, no matter how fine the marriage is or the couples are, I've seen some posts like that. They'll be talking about very beautiful marriage. You see one lady will come and post, After that, he'll go and cheat on her. That lady is suffering from a trauma.
Yeah, so that's
okay.
all
She has had bad experiences with men, and she does not know that those number of men that she has had those experiences with are not the men that make up all the men in the world.
Yeah, just a minute.
It's just a very tiny. It's just like those are the people she ended up meeting.
Unfortunately.
Either for whatever reason, because sometimes some people are their own problems because they get attracted to certain kind of bad elements.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It also happens with ladies where they call them bad boys. You know, they get attracted to bad boys. So one bad boy deals with you, but because you are always attracted to those kind of people, you love those kind of people and their kind of way of behavior. Yeah. You fall into the trap of another one again. Yeah. Then you fall into the trap of another one. Just then before you know, you now have a mindset and say, all men cheat. No matter what it is now, he's going to sleep around with it. No, it's a lie.
Based on those experiences.
So now it's a trauma. So if a man now meets that kind of a lady, that lady has a past now that can affect that man and that marriage, that relationship negatively. If a man decides to marry her, you understand? Yeah. So the man needs to know. If not, you discover that you marry a woman that is bitter, that is disrespectful, that is always suspecting you in the marriage. Why? Yeah. Because she has come with something.
It's always a preconceived. It's there. Then, it's been there.
For the one that sleeps around, you marry a woman that will marry you, but she's okay with opening her leg to some ex or some other person. Then for a man, you marry a man. For a woman, you marry a man, and the man is just jumping from one hotel to another with different women.